Hey, what's up, AMC Apes? I'm Chico, and thank you for watching this video. So, as you can see, we are up 63% after hours. Apparently, the judge finally came down with a decision, but nothing is final. As far as I understand it, she has denied the settlement, um, and we have more to come. We will see. I'm sure we're going to have our best people discussing it over the weekend. So, in the meanwhile, make sure you go out and enjoy Barbenheimer. I know that we are. Support your local AMC, get some popcorn, have some fun, and we will see where we're at on Monday. It's a long weekend. Again, we've been at this for 2.5 years, and we know what we're up against. So don't let anything shock you. It's a perfect time to try to promote one of my videos I did a couple of weeks ago. It's called ANC Dear Apes. This must be you. Stay zen. I know the name sounds a little corny, but I feel that it's fitting, especially right now. Um, be ready for anything. I'll link this video at the end of this one. But what I want to talk about on this one is one of my favorite YouTubers, Uncle Frank. You probably heard of him. He has quite a few subscribers. Um, I've been watching him for since I've first saw him, maybe about a year and a half ago or so. He, again, is one of my favorites. But I feel lately on Twitter, I am new to Twitter still, but I've been finding out the hard way how separated we are, how um, it seems like we have to be in one extreme or the other. Either you love Adam Aaron AMC and the movies, or you hate Adam Aaron AMC and the movies. Has to be one or the other. I feel like there should be some kind of accord, some kind of meet in the middle. We don't have to behave this way. I think it reflects bad on the movement and on us. It is okay to disagree with people, and it's okay to discuss and talk about it. And even if it's been done before, um, we need to share the information as much as we can and remain as a unit, as the apes. Anyway, um, one of the things I want to do is to show you that because I still really new at this, very new to Twitter and very new to YouTube. As you can see, hardly anybody watches my videos. But um, one of my very first ones that I did a couple of months ago was about some of my favorite ones, and it includes Uncle Frank. And I wanted to put that little section here just to show that I'm not just trying to grab onto one narrative and carry it. So here we go. I'm sure that's still going on. Uncle Frank, I know he's affiliated with Al from Boston. I don't like Al anymore, but Uncle Frank himself, he's a pretty good guy, even though, again, he's very much against management of AMC. And I understand what he says. I mean, it's just that at this point, I just don't believe it helps anymore. We cannot, there's nothing we can do about changing that. You're either in the play or you're not. And it's not like 4 million of us can decide on who, if we were to overthrow Adam Aaron or vote him off, who will we put in replacement? I mean, it's what goes on with AMC is beyond corruption and it's way out of the hand of anybody, all investors, anybody. So we have to go along with what we believe is right. And to me, Adam Aaron hasn't proven to be as bad as they say that he is. I believe he's being controlled, but there's nothing we can do about that. That's just part of the process and the play that we're in. A scavenger, because he's a really cool. So yeah, this is a list of my favorite YouTubers at the time. The list has changed, obviously. Red Pill Bill being my favorite. He now goes by the name of Chill Bill. His channel has been removed, but he's restarted. He's also very much anti-Adam Aaron, but even so, I really like the guy. He's very smart. Big Owns, Boss Blunts, Tony DeNaro, Casey, and Uncle Frank, as you can see. I know he's an ape. This is why I like him. He all along he's been showing videos how he enjoys going to watch the movies. He gets the popcorn. He gets the containers. He even makes videos about coming up to full parking lots. He's been an ape from the start. So I really like the guy. I've used to always watch him early in the morning. He used to make a video almost every day, but now he slowed down a little bit. But recently he made another one about Adam Aaron. One of the notes I made on this clip or on this video here was that, I don't see eye to eye with people who speak ill of Adam Aaron or AMC. I know what I hold and why I hold it. And there's nothing anyone else or can do or say about it to change my mind. I understand what kind of corruption has been going on, the manipulation with AMC. So that's my feeling on it. And in spite of that, though, I feel like I can coexist and discuss things with anybody. I'm not a one side or the other type of person. I'm not blind to what Adam Aaron's done. But as I said on this video, I believe it's out of his hands and out of our hands. We just need to wait and do what we do. We buy and hold, and we make AMC profitable by visiting the business. This is what we've been doing. This is what I see Uncle Frank's been doing. So please keep in mind, I'm not here to chew anybody out or to talk shit about anybody. Um, Let me see where I start on this one. Um, Let me play the clip from him. Actually, let's. This is his. Just in case you don't know, I doubt that you don't know him and you would know me. But he has 6,000 subscribers, as you can see. It's a lot. I gave him his 500 like. Um, this is another video he's made recently about the stuff going on lately.
Shareholders and YouTubers like Bigums, Phil for Real, Boss Blunts, etc. to know the reason I resisted this deal and rejected the settlement is mainly because I don't trust these people anymore. Every time this guy says choke on this or today we pounce on that, I lose $5 a share. Now, this slide depicts the team that Adam Aaron put together to handle the ape conversion, mass dilution, and reverse split, which resulted in the class action lawsuit in Delaware that we're all waiting to hear the final decision on, right? So let's start at the top with the leader of our board of directors, Philip Lader, senior advisor to Morgan Stanley Institutional Trading, with a daughter that's in senior management at Uniswap, or AMC tokenized securities were found to be trading. He hasn't bought a single share of AMC over the past 5 years, but sold out near the top.
Okay, let me leave it there because I would like you to actually see his video and his channel. He does the work, and he's done a lot of work. I've listened to him, like I said, and he's right about very many things. Um, what gets to me though is that he, Red Pill Bill, and a lot of other people who are on the negative camp, we've done so much work, everybody has, to expose all these people, right? We know what's going on with Wall Street, with the Fed, with FINRA, with the SEC, government themselves. Who knows how deep this really goes? The fact that Phil Lader is there, he himself has been exposed as one of the people they bring in to control this type of situations. We know this. Um, I don't know where we pin that on Adam Aaron, like he himself would bring a guy like that. Um, like I said on my initial video, I believe this is out of his hands. I'm not here to make him some kind of angel or whatever. I like him enough. I have seen enough of his videos to know that to me, he's just the CEO of Adam Aaron, the company that I'm invested in and that we own. All I need him to do is run the company well and make it profitable. I believe he's doing that slowly, given our situation. Let me read you the comment on this because I commented on Uncle Frank's video here, and I said, Uncle Frank, have you ever thought that maybe Adam Aaron has to do their bidding, considering it is AMC who has 5 billion in debt and is losing money every quarter, right? Would you feel better about the situation if it was Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, any of these banks? Are any of them any less evil or any less corrupt than these guys? I don't think so. I mean, is there such bank as the Bank of Mother Teresa, the Bank of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints? I don't think there's such thing. So we haven't covered that they cover their ass. They are one entity. The way J.P. Morgan just buys out, First Republic and the Silicon Valley for pennies, makes money on that. We see that cover their ass all the time. They are all one entity and they're all bad. Unfortunately, as I say here, we don't get to call the shots, in my opinion. It is unfortunate. I don't like it. I hate it. But there is an alternate reality here to consider. And right now, it feels like the crew, and by crew, I mean the from Boston. And I don't know, I wish it wasn't this way. But the other fellows I don't listen to, CSI and Frankie Mohammed and Donahue. That's his name. Big Al, Lou, or whatever Lou is his name. Um, all those people, like, we're separated for the wrong reasons, I believe, and we look bad by being separated. Um, it feels like talking bad about Adam Aaron just hurts our own investment and the movement. Whether he's right or wrong, I know he's made his mistakes. I'm not here to cover for him. I don't like the 25 million to Nicole Kidman. I don't necessarily like Highcroft, but at least I can feel that he's taking a chance. We have a lot of debt. Throw a little money on a bet on gold. Why not? It makes some kind of sense. I understand more. A lot of people might not like it, but whatever. Um, there's been a lot of good, and we know it. The credit card, the popcorn, the closing of theaters and opening of good ones. It's a process, though, right? So all we can do for now is wait and see what goes on. I mean, either go on to tell them I listen to you. You are one of my favorite YouTubers ever since I found you a long time ago, and I know that you are a true ape because you go to the movies, you support AMC, you make all these videos telling people you should go see this movie and that, like I'm trying to do. Um, but this stuff of just creating separation, just it really sucks. Um, another way I see it is really like airing out our laundry. And again, it looks really bad in the eyes of anybody looking from the outside, any possible investors or institutions. Seeing us fighting like this is not constructive. Um, is it any different than, if you had to, for one reason or another, cover for your wife or your family, or, you know, um, is it that different? It isn't something that you will bring out to the public or to the media, right? You wouldn't expose it, even if you know that something is going on. It's something you have to try and be discreet about because nobody really wants to hear it. And I don't believe anybody wants to hear us bitching about Adam Aaron. Um, he goes on to answer me. He's like I said, he's a really cool guy. He says, Chico, has it ever occurred to you that Adam put the company 4.3 billion in debt after only 1 year as a CEO, way before the pandemic? I want to show you a little clip about that real quick. But Adam Aaron, the AMC executives and the board, ran an enrichment scheme at the expense of the individual investors who actually saved the company, said former hedge fund trader Marco Holtz, frequent critic of AMC management. Again, this is one of those things what I ask on that video. It's like, who will we replace Adam Aaron with? Is he the answer, this guy? Marco Holtz, another hedge fund guy? Is there such a guy who's going to pound his chest, come in and quote unquote beat Wall Street, beat the banks, beat this corrupt system? I don't think there is anybody. And if they claim to do so, they're probably lying. If we were able to dismiss or remove Adam Aaron on the board, who are we going to put in? There's no answer for that, right? So at some point, we have to have or be at peace with that part of it and try and do our best to make it work because there's no replacement. There simply is no replacement. This guy wouldn't be. I've heard him before. I know he was offering his token something before, and Adam Aaron said no, and half the people got mad, half the people don't. Um, Again, it's one of those things where it just feels like we're barking up the wrong tree. That is a fact, is what he says. While we were saving the company, this management team was pumping up cash and stock bonuses like wild, even during the pandemic. I'm sorry, Chico. He's been effing us, you and me, since this started. I've looked through the books and can make no other conclusion. If we own a business this much that there's no way we would justify bonuses up to 5 times their salaries and giving us, uh, while Hollywood wasn't giving us enough movies to show. I agree with that 100%. Now, what I say about that, it is unfortunate and I hate it myself, but it is the way it is Wall Street, right? So we cannot cry about that. We cannot complain about that because just as you can't tell me what I need to buy or when I should buy or sell, and we don't want anyone telling us, we can't get in his business. We don't know what his situation is. As much as we believe that he's a rich guy, probably didn't have to sell, we don't know. We don't know. So complaining about it is not fair. It's not that it's not fair. I get the feeling. I kind of feel the same way that, if you have 10 million in the bank, you're doing way better than any ape probably, but um, we can't expect him to behave like an ape. He is a CEO. He's a Wall Street guy. And just like any other, name them. Please name me a good CEO. Um, Everyone from Elon Musk, he did it for Twitter. Look what he did to those investors. I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, you got the Nvidia guy making so much money, the Walmart guy, while his employees are starving and overworked, making millions. Um, it is just the way of the world, and it's unfortunate, and it's something that we have all learned about the past 2.5 years. At least anyone who's done their own DD and learned about Wall Street and finances. Um, it's what they do. It's what they will continue to do. I hope that they buy. I know that is another legitimate complaint we have. That they haven't bought anything. Look at Ryan Cohen. He bought, right? I mean, even though he kind of screwed people on Bed Bath and Beyond, he's a very rich guy, a venture capitalist. He has a lot of money. So if you have $1 billion and you spend 100 million to buy GME, and yet have done nothing really to improve the company, I don't know what's so good. Where is GME right now? He bought the shares back to square zero. I believe and I hope that Adam Aaron and the board will buy when the time is right, but it isn't now. As he says on this statement here, the movies are not there. Um, but I cannot expect him to behave like an ape. Ape buys when they can, an ape buys and holds. We are, as they call it, dumb money. They know the insights. They know when the company will hopefully turn the things around and become profitable. Hopefully they'll buy, but you can't be judging him ahead of time, expecting him to buy just to buy. It's not what these guys do. Um, People accuse him of he's here to crush the company and take his golden parachute out. That's another thing that's been discussed before. The Cineworld guy is the guy that did that, right? Top executives, 35 mil payout, exit, bankrupt. Thank you, good night. As far as I see it, Adam Aaron is still with us, is still working hard. Let me show you part of this clip here that I also have on another video, which I would love for you to check out if you want. At least this part of it, his interviews from before the pandemic, before the apes came about.
Well, either way, some of those milestones that you mentioned, clearly you still have an EPS loss. And is that a sort of highlight, despite the fact that you have been outpacing some of your rivals, that your broader industry is under serious threat, that you're having record ticket sales, you're doing better than some of your rivals, but you're still reporting an EPS loss and your stock price is still falling quite sharply?
This freaking clown, man. Citadel clowns. I mean, him and the other Andrew guy that I despise, but you can see how they have an agenda to get what they're trying to do. They've been shorting us for so long. They have been shorting AMC for so long, trying to push the streaming. And keep watching. This is actually very interesting.
Well, we're not actually measured on EPS. We're measured on EBITDA. So it's not the most relevant statistic for AMC. Yes, there's a loss, but that has a lot to do with our particular circumstance. We've got a very complicated derivative security in place that gets marked to market every quarter. We also bought 3/4 of our circuit in the last 36 months. So it's whereas most companies report depreciation based on the cost basis of their assets, we use purchase accounting. So we marked all our assets, not all, but 3/4.
See, that part is also very interesting. See, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that know this already, but maybe some who don't. The shorts came in on this because of things like this, right? The pandemic landed right after this. I mean, AMC, he bought locations and stuff, and so there couldn't have been a possible worse timing for the pandemic to drop on us. So right as he spends all that money getting those locations, we get fully shut down. Of course, the shorts know this. Of course, they're very smart and conniving, evil people who saw an opportunity to crush AMC. I show you that to address like what Uncle Frank says on this, as far as like the first year he's 4.3 in debt. I know that wasn't one of the reasons alone, but that is one of the major reasons. He acquired theaters and we got shut down. Bad timing. Was it done on purpose? Who knows? But it is part of the reason. It's only been 1 year as a CEO, even then. But it's something to consider. Again, I don't have all the answers. I just see what I see. I know that I made my investment in AMC in part because of him, because of what I saw. I wanted to show you something else real quick. I know I don't want to make this so long, but part of the
Avengers Infinity War opened,
here.
And the year ended up 2018 up 8%, and it was the biggest box office year in movie history. Here we go in 2019. The year started out slowly. We all knew it was going to start out slowly. And then we have the biggest movie of all time in Avengers Endgame. And there are so many amazing movies coming
Listen.
out. Excuse the list, but Disney's got Lion King and Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2 and Star Wars. Universal's got The Secret Life of Pets 2 and Hobbs and Shaw and the Fast and Furious series. Warner Brothers has It 2, the wildly successful movie, horror movie from last September, as well as Joker, the backstory of the Batman character. Sony's got a Spider-Man coming out. Paramount's got Rocket Man, the bio of Elton John. I mean, it's just an amazing slate for the rest of the year.
See, I really like that about him. That he, off the top of his head, look at him just naming out the titles. I couldn't do that. It shows me that he's a guy who's passionate about movies, and that's important to me, of course. I'm trying to relate to him because I like them as much as he does, apparently. He can, you can see from his tweets that he watches and knows movies. It's important for me, for my CEO anyway, to actually have a passion for what he's doing or what his company is. We could have a shell CEO, right? A number CEO or something, who doesn't know, doesn't really care. To me, it shows that he actually, when he says that he cares and he wants to save AMC, he means it.
I actually think.
Anyway, I mean, as you can see, that's what's important to me. I mean, how else can we make any decisions other than what we see, right? It's unfortunate. It's not always going to be accurate, whether it's real life or anything else. We can only go by what we see, what we experience, and what we hear. Again, I made the judgment off of this. I see a guy who actually likes movies, who has repeatedly said that in his watch, he doesn't plan on seeing AMC, a 100-year-old business, go down. He loves his movies. He quotes them all the time. I believe it's in good intention. Again, if you think he's trying to do the golden parachute thing, why didn't he do it before, like this guy? I don't know. I don't know what's really going on. All I know is that there are very bad forces who control this more than any other stock in the U.S. market. And again, I played this clip before on another video. What it feels like to me when you want Adam Aaron to do or say something.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off.
Oh, I think you got the wrong car, McFly.
George, help me, please.
Just turn around, McFly, and walk away. Are you deaf, McFly? Close the door and feed it.
No, bitch. You leave her alone.
All right, McFly. You're asking for it, and now you're gonna get it.
Stop it! Matthew, break his arm!
Remember that, right? The reason I show that is obvious, I guess. We are in debt, and it sucks. And we lose money every quarter, and we don't have enough movies. We have to know what we were invested in. Either we're patient, or, if we lose our patience, we lose our cool, we're going to lose. Again, I mean, I know that this is a hot topic. I don't want to be diluted, but I understand that there might be a need to, and I want them to. Why? Because we cannot foresee what happens, right? We can hope and wait until AMC becomes profitable little by little and pay out that debt, because they're going to waive that on us every time we're in debt and we don't make enough money, so we're going to bankrupt. As long as we can argue all we want, but that's how Wall Street is going to see it. Now, we can wait it out or we can dilute. I believe diluting will be the safe way. That will be the way we will not lose. Why? Because we can't predict everything that happens. Yes, we're doing better now, but look what happens now. There's a writer's strike. Did we expect that to happen? No. Do you believe there won't be another pandemic coming up? I believe there will be. It's unfortunate, but at least from what I look at, something else will be coming along. But we don't know whether it does or not. We just don't know what can happen. And if we're out of money, we lose. Anyway, that's all for this one. Probably, oh my God, 24 minutes. I'm sorry. If you stuck around, thank you. Whether you agree with me or not, I would appreciate some comments, some topics to talk about. Like, dislike, Um, come back for more. At least if this is too long, maybe check out my other shorter video about staying zen. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.